Right, why do you think there's a disparity in coverage of women's sport as compared to men's? I think it's because of the advertisement. So the amount of advertisement and promotion that's within men's football doesn't exist for women. So there's no money in it.
Yeah.
Which is why, for example, in Premier League games or Champions League, anything like that, if you're in a stadium, all the coverage and the advertisements that are around, they all support that, and they pump so much money into it, which gets it on BBC, BT Sport and Sky Sports, and there's none of that within the women's game unless you're in the higher leagues. So for example, Man City and Chelsea and Arsenal, I think they're probably the three main teams within the Super League that actually get it.
Yeah.
And I think they get it because of the funding through the men as well.
Man City,
They're together with the men now, they train together, they use the same facilities together, so they have the same kind of sponsorship and stuff like that, which is why I think there's such a difference within.
I think it's just mainly because of the fact that it's breaking down people's barriers and cultures. Like men's football has always been a top sport in the UK since I was little. Like women's football's only started to become known. I think it's just what people know.
And I think
what people prefer.
There's still quite a lot of judgment on it as well.
Yeah.
Do you believe that you are compensated fairly? Has women activism helped bring pay on par with men?
No, I think it's still very unequal. It kind of reflects society's gender pay gap in terms of sport and in everyday life.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at probably what men are on, I wouldn't even like to guess, but what was it, the highest paid woman was Steph Horton, wasn't it? She played for Man City in England, and what was she on, 100 grand?
Yeah.
Or something, 100 grand a year. She's captain of England, and
It's less than what men get.
yeah, men.
Like,
Yeah, there's nothing.
Not in our league.
No.
I think you've got a difference in leagues, haven't you? So with women's, if you think about the three tiers, so the highest tier, their pay's going up, and obviously they get paid for England and stuff like that.
nowhere near.
But it's still nowhere near as much as men, and a lot of the women's pay in the higher tier comes from sponsorship as well. So the sponsorship deals that they've got, they get paid massively through that. Whereas men,
Jordan Nobbs and stuff, what they do all night.
I know Puma's come into it with Arsenal women. Like Puma is massive for Arsenal women, Puma at the minute, but even still, if you look at the wage at the end of the month, it's nothing compared to men, is it? But it's fantastic that it's moving forward, though. Like,
a lot of the Premiership teams now put money into the women's teams to have them like alongside.
I think it's like
always a good thing.
There's not many Premiership men's teams now don't support the female.
I look at Man U, they only started this year, didn't they? Because they realised that's where the money's coming from.
Yeah. I think there's always going to be a divide between men and women's pay, isn't it? And there's one thing I don't know how you could break that down.
But it is moving up, it is getting there.
It's even like the money for competitions is nowhere near the men's. Like if you win their FA Cup for the women, I think it's like what, 25, 30,000. The men's it's millions.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Do you believe that a glass ceiling still exists for women in sport, or do you have access to equal number of apprehension?
Yeah, I think there's still a massive glass ceiling in terms of women's positions in sport, in mainstream sport. Like, for instance, in the men's game, the Premier League, there's only kind of like Alex Scotland in terms of like the pundits and stuff, and she receives a lot of backlash.
No, there's no women in definitely as managers. I think the linesmen and referees had started to go. I think there was one. I know Helen from Sunderland, she was running the line of the day for one of the men's games in one of the higher leagues. And obviously it wasn't the Premier League, but it was one of the higher leagues. But that's one female you don't really hear about. So yeah, I do think that we don't get equal opportunities.
That there is still a glass ceiling, but I think it just comes down to perception and knowledge. I think knowledge is a massive thing in the generations as well. Like there's so many generations still about in this day and age. I think like in 20 years time there will be a lot more female pundits and stuff like that. Like I think it's only football where there isn't many female pundits, you know what I mean? Like athletics, swimming, everything like that.
Tennis is
it's mixed, isn't it? With everything, so why should football be different?
It's weird because I wonder when time will be when there'll be women managers and managing the Premier League.
Yeah, well that's a big story at the minute as well, because obviously they're looking to try and get the Chelsea manager out.
Female officials as well, isn't it? They've stopped coming into the Premier League now, so you see them on the telly when officiating in big games.